Hello everyone, Finn Ravens here. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video than what I normally do. I'm actually going to kind of showcase a little bit of what I do in the background as a PlayStation 2 archivist. And here I have actually 50 protective hard acrylic cases that basically are going to protect my PlayStation 2 games. I kind of wanted to cover this. It's more of an odd video. I don't even know if I'm going to upload this. But I figured I would at least try to make this video. Kind of show people. So you can buy protective acrylic cases and plastic bags that go over your games. They actually make them for all types of games, not just PlayStation 2. I mean, for all types of systems. These are identical to the same protective covers that you would find for DVDs and Blu-rays. I think Blu-rays might be a little smaller. I don't really collect Blu-rays. But anyhow, I kind of wanted to showcase this. So I have 50 hard acrylic pieces. This bag is actually kicking my butt right now. So please bear with me. Alright, let's get a few of these out. I wanted to showcase these. I've been using these for quite a long time. These actually have a protective film on them as well. I usually pull these off right before I use these. Let me see. You can see my hands are sweating like crazy. I've always had that problem. My hands just constantly sweat. So if you have a fingernail, you can kind of get it started. Take the clear protective piece off for both sides. And then what I usually do is open these up. Basically, this is kind of what people do when they have kind of really high-end collections or extremely expensive games and want to protect them. You don't really have to put these away. You can kind of leave them on the shelf. These protect themselves. These are really great for protecting your video games from moisture damage. I think these actually do UV block as well, but I always make sure for my game room I have blackout curtains. I do not let any light at all into my game room. I do worry about sun fading damage and things of that nature. This is kind of, like something I've not really talked about in the background on my channel. Some of the things we do as kind of, hardcore collectors or just, mild enthusiasts over the years. If I can get these to close. These are the hard plastic ones. They're not the thin plastic bags that you might see. Sometimes if it's a really expensive game, like, for example, like this is overkill. Like Rule of Rose is a very expensive game. Very widely known in the PS2 library to be expensive. I will put that in a plastic bag first, and then I will put this hard acrylic case over it to protect it. We're going to be doing a common game. Actually haven't even covered this on my channel yet. Little spoiler, sweepstakes. Anyhow, so I have my hard protective acrylic piece here. If I want to, and some people in the comments are already going to say, you're putting this on backwards. This is how I prefer it. Yes, I probably very likely am putting these on backwards, since it does close in the front side, and some people don't like that. I do the same thing for the plastic bags that go over these, if it's an extremely expensive game. Typically, how I do my collection, since I have... Let me do a tally real quick. What do I probably have almost 4,000 PS2 games from the NTSC region. What I usually do is, if it's $50 or more, under $100, I usually put them in a clear plastic bag that I get online. A lot thinner than these. They're actually plastic. This is like a hard acrylic. If it's over $100, I usually put both on. So there we go. This is pretty much fully protected. And it really helps to preserve these from like different kinds of shelfware. I'm going to go ahead and get the camera moved. Alrighty, let's see. Ours, where should no, J. My whole shelf, this is my whole variant shelving. So let's see, Jak and Daxter is going to go... bear with me. I don't have my Excel sheet open. I usually reference my inventory list. So these go a lot quicker for inventorying and alphabetical. Oh, we do have another copy. I actually haven't even covered this one yet. Little spoiler, there you go. I'm going to be covering that as well. I have a open sweepstakes copy. Alrighty. Looks like this probably isn't going to fit very well. I need to move a few things around. So, let's see if everyone can see this. I'm going to probably move these Magna Carta and Mana Khemia, or Madden. I'm just not even there today. I probably shouldn't even be doing this today, making a video. I just worked 16 hours and I normally work, 8 to 10. So I'm kind of tired. Get these moved over. Like I said, this is a video that I've kind of never made before. Just wanted to showcase, some of my archiving and things that I do to protect my games from just moisture damage, sunlight, and other things. What's another game in the variant library that I want to protect? Let's take a look. Alrighty, so I'm going to get another acrylic piece kind of prepped and whatnot while I talk to everyone. What I've been collecting... I received my first PlayStation 2 console back in Christmas of 2005. I remember this specifically because Need for Speed Most Wanted just released at Christmas time. And ironically, I believe the first system I got was the first ever Slim model. I don't think it was the fat PS2 model. And I mean, I absolutely love the fat. Like, that's pretty much all I use this day and age. I know there's a very specific model of the Slim that eventually loses its adhesive for the ribbon cable for the laser, and that will eventually cause permanent damage to your disc. It'll do a ring scratch. So I don't even know what model is off the top of my head. I know it's one specifically, and then a later model, they actually used a clip so the adhesive wouldn't cause that irreversible damage to the disc. Anyhow, let me go ahead and grab a game. Which one do I want to put in acrylic? Let's do this one. Alrighty. So we have a variant here, Crash Nitro Kart. On the back is the bonus movie disc. Here's the serial number and the UPC. This one has the call out on the back, and it looks like pretty much that. It has a soundtrack CD. Doesn't have a double disc tray or anything fancy like that. I'm going to go ahead and get this moved back into position on the desk. And sorry, I didn't really plan this video. It's just kind of like a winging video. It's probably going to be quite long. So I have 50 of these clear acrylic pieces. I'm going to probably be just doing this for all the rare variants I have for the library. I'll probably need quite a bit more in the future, but wanted to do a few of them and kind of showcase this for everyone. I have seen before when someone slid this in, be very careful with how this bottom flap is. It does stick out, and it can... I actually seen this, even though I brought up Rule of Rose earlier in the video, in one of my collecting groups on Facebook, pretend like this was Rule of Rose, they slid this in a thick acrylic case just like this, a protector, and he must have jammed it in there. It lifted up the case lip and ripped almost 2 inches of the front of the cover art just because of this lip. So what I always do is I'm always pretty careful. Let's see if I can get this properly on film. I'm always very careful, put these in slowly. You don't have to rush these things. And then make sure, you know, let gravity take this. And then I always kind of lift these up manually. And again, some people might say I'm putting these in backwards. I mean, absolutely, right? That's just how I like it for my library. It's personal preference. You feel free to put these in however you like. Some people like these to fold into the backside. And I've put enough of these away now to kind of know you just kind of want to tuck one side in and slide over. And then try to fold and pinch the back or crease side so it doesn't open on its own, because this will want to open. From how these are naturally manufactured, you want to pinch the side that doesn't have the open flap, pinch the back side all the way through, and it'll stop trying to open on you, so you don't need to have the shelf hold it down. Alrighty, let's get this angled back to where I'm going. Alrighty, let's see this. Go higher. For crash, nitro cart goes here. Alright, what other one is valuable that I want to protect? Let's do, I guess, Crazy Taxi with the bonus mini guide call out on the front. This one is actually pretty common to find. If you know about it, you can definitely find it on eBay. It's not terribly hard to find or anything. Let me get this moved back. I do have my camera on a pretty stiff tripod, so hopefully it's not cracking too much and causing any annoyance. Pretty much what I do for these, I put my two fingers in, kind of fold them outright, kind of like a flick of the fingers. So if you're trying to snap your fingers, I do both sides like that, and then I basically do the other side, so that ends up looking like that. Okay, it's really hard to get clear acrylic to focus in the camera. As you can see, that side is pretty much square, this side is still flat, so what I end up doing is rotating like that, and then squaring it out the best I can, so it looks something like this. And then before you close either of the sides, I always recommend taking the kind of very thin plastic off of these, or else it's going to look foggy. As you can see, that's not my camera trying to focus. It's this very thin film. Every one of these should have. These do cost about $1 a piece if you buy in bulk. They're not the cheapest, especially if you have a large library and want to protect many games. I do highly recommend getting these box protectors. They are absolutely worth it. I have it for a lot of my very expensive double packs and triple packs. Now, they don't make them specifically for the PlayStation 2. I think for the double packs, if I recall correctly, I think it was like a Japanese Neo Geo box set that fits those perfectly. So do some research. If you guys are curious for the double packs or trilogy packs, just ask me in the comments and I'll reply to it. I'll look it up, which ones I used for those specifically. This one has the bonus strategy mini guide. No P for promotional. Normally they do have that. I don't recall if the UPC is different. I did cover this, I believe, quite a while ago. There's what the mini strategy guide looks like. Fold these up. Put these away. As you can see, this is my third one we're doing, and we're 14.5 minutes into the video. So these do take, if you're careful and experienced with doing these box protectors properly, about 5 minutes a piece. I do not recommend rushing these. The protectors are a little pricey, and then as I told you about the guy I witnessed ruining the cover art for the Rule of Rose, just don't rush these. These are long-term box protectors. These should be taken with respect as well, and taken slowly when you try to seal these. As you can see, And then, like I said, you want to pinch. So here's the front side with the open lip where I just curled it. Grab this back side, pinch kind of all the way through as if it was like a Ziploc bag. And then there you go. It doesn't try to open itself. Very beautiful box protector. And then the best part about these is if you have a library like I do, I sort through these so often as a heavy collector. You don't have to worry about two games next to each other rubbing if you pull them out quite often. Let me try to find... Here's the fourth one. I guess I could put a box protector on. We have Duel Masters Limited Edition with the free booster pack. Beautiful holographic cover art as well. And then, yep, my copy has the booster pack on the inside. I believe I've also covered this on my channel. I've actually never seen any of the open cards. I'd be curious to know what the cards look like for that specific card pack. Now, I did do some research. There's probably about 20 plus different variations in that card pack, but not from this specific game. Only that card pack specifically came in this copy. Oh, excuse me. Still getting over being sick. I've been sick for almost a good month. The card pack again is the DM02. I'm not sure if you could buy that separate or not. Like a solo copy in the store, just a booster pack normally. I think that might have been exclusive to this specific copy on the PlayStation 2. It's kind of sad. I was a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan as a kid. I still love it to death. I never really got into Pokemon for the card game. I really enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh growing up. Played it to death. Man, if I still had all my cards, I probably had 3 decks. 3 of the original first print Kaiba decks, those Blue Eyes White Dragons. I mean, I've seen... I think they're like $300 in mint, not even graded or anything fancy. Absolutely insane to think about over the years how valuable some of these cards have become. I enjoyed them though. We actually played. I had a bunch of friends. You know, we'd duel. I did chess club after school in high school, and they also had a weekend, or I think it was a Friday, big game meetup in one of our science rooms. We played. We brought video games. I remember playing Super Smash Bros. Melee, and it's like, oh my god, Finn, are you talking about a GameCube game? Oh yeah, GameCube had a whole bunch of exclusives. You know, I mean, I preach PS2 so often. It's just the most nostalgic console for me, but I mean, to be honest, my favorite game of all time is probably Paper Mario on the N64. I just don't really have time to talk about it. I don't have a big N64 collection or anything. I'm mostly just PS2, and I enjoy it. You know, I do collect other games that I want to play slowly over the years. So it's really enjoyable. It's like, I hope people don't follow me because this is some fad or something. It's like, I really hope you enjoy collecting the games you do and playing them, or it gives you some kind of enjoy more than just showing them off. Like, this isn't about me showing games off anymore. This is a huge nostalgia piece. It's a hobby of mine. I'm never going to sell my library. I've seen so many people already. I've probably had 3 or 4 people that have also went for the complete PS2 collection like I did. You know, just the Black Label library. I mean, there's 1,815 titles, excluding the 4 that were only releasing greatest hits, for a total of 1,819. 19 total titles for the PS2 library. I mean, you know, and they're starting to sell them off now. It's like, yeah, the hunt was fun. You did it for the hunt? It's an expensive hunt hobby. Especially if you're gonna, like, you know how difficult it would be to list 2,000 individual video games? How many months of work that would take? I really, you know, I really enjoy what I do. I hope I'm not making a whole bunch of people just buy games and spend money. Like, that's not what my channel is here for. I want to be an archivist. I want to showcase odd promotional pieces, alternate cover arts, things that are very unusual, that are nostalgic for me. You know, I was born in 95. My first PS2 I got in 2005, right before Christmas of 2006. I didn't get the PS2 on launch. We were way too poor for that. I really wish I did. It's an amazing console. I wish I would have had the chance to get all the games. I still remember going into the game store when I was a young kid and I had to trade in, you know, a whole 5 or 6 games to get one. I might have gotten maybe 4 or 5 games a year. Maybe one brand new game a year, if that. I mean, I didn't really ask for much as a kid. I don't really want to call myself spoiled. Maybe I am. Over the years, I've just kind of learned to appreciate what you have, because you really don't know what you have until it's taken from you or you lose it. Had some hardships growing up. You know, I'm not going to make a sob story out of it. I'm not going to tell you guys, you know, some of my family issues that I had growing up. I'm very fortunate for what I have. I went to college immediately after high school, and I tried as hard as I could. I have a really good paying job. I'm very fortunate. I have a very loving girlfriend and a son now. I have a very happy family. You have to work at things in life. Don't take anything for granted, because that stuff can just, you could just lose it in the flash of an eye. I learned my lesson a few years ago. I had a little oopsie in the community. Took advantage of some people. If you're watching my channel, you know, you know. Maybe you don't know. I'm not going to go into details about it. I've learned my lesson. Sorry about that. But people do learn. People do change. I give people second chances myself. I've learned over the years, you know, respect one another. We're all here because we love video games. If you're watching my channel, if you're watching the video still, you know, thank you for being here. You have a burning passion for video games and collecting. And I do the same way. Sorry, I didn't even cover this. This is the 100% exclusive Canadian variant for the Dukes of Hazzard. And I'm starting to collect, you know, more Canadian variants. Also trying to go for the Latin American exclusive. And I'm going to go for some of the Brazilian exclusives as well. They're so hard to get. Very expensive to import. Since I have everything on the PlayStation 2 library. The entire Black Label library. The entire, you know, greatest hits library, as you can see in front of you. I'm actually approaching, I've been preaching that I have 700-ish Black Label variants. I'm approaching 800 very rapidly now that I'm collecting Canadian variants. And that's going to more than exceed probably a total of 1,400 Black Label variants when I am eventually done collecting the Canadian exclusives. I've noticed there's also a whole bunch of alternate cover arts that I'm going to be covering, you know, as I get them. I'm not going to rush Canadian variants, because, I mean, they're out there. I have a buddy in Canada that's really helping me. And it's just going to be a thing that takes some time. I have just always... I don't really know what it is. Why does PS2... I just have... There's just something about, you know, PS2 and whatnot. Don't want to spoil this yet. Some of you might know what this is. I'm not going to showcase the back. I'm not ready to cover this one. I've been asked by a few of my really heavy collecting buddies not to cover this. I was going to make a video of it. If you must know, there are 4 different variations in this, and I'm not going to say what they are. Not yet, at least. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, you guys... I guess I could show this. What do you see there in the middle? Scarface box set. And then the thick collector's edition to the right, which is about half the size. It looks like a double pack, doesn't it? Well, that's another one I'm not going to go into detail with yet. It's so rare and hard to get. You know, the information I just gave you, if someone lists it, you're not going to know what it is. Because it's not a double pack. It's the size of a double pack. It's an odd promotional piece. I really love Scarface. I actually held it up in a very low quality video because, well, it was so far back in my main PlayStation collectors and pickups group on Facebook. I was holding it, and it's like, wow. We have, at the time of this recording, we have almost 24,000 people in the group, 24,000 members, and not a single soul. I mean, there was over 2,000 people that seen the group photo with me, my other admin, and then my girlfriend, which is my second admin. Not a single soul commented. It's like, yeah, I'm holding up that piece. Bunch of little Easter eggs going out tonight, I guess. Collecting is becoming a chore. It used to be so fun. I mean, I don't even go to video game stores anymore. I literally live on eBay, Mercari, OfferUp. I never go on Amazon. I mean, if people buy retro games on Amazon, they're getting scammed. Games are so expensive on Amazon. It's the markup. I couldn't imagine buying a game older than a PS4 game. Like, PS4, PS5 games, sure, right? Anything older than, what, 5 years old? I just feel like they're super expensive on Amazon. It's like, why? Why would you do that? There are a whole bunch of different buying and selling apps that I work with. You know, I try to check all of them. Sorry if you guys keep hearing me cough. Alrighty, what else is there? I mean, there's so many different ones. And I have this one. I covered this one recently. This is the EverQuest Online Adventures game card. This was basically to play on their online servers, a free, or not free, sorry. This was a 30-day game card. You know, a lot of people buy PlayStation Plus now, or Xbox Live. This was very similar, but this was PS2. How was that for a throwback for you? I've covered this on my channel. If you want to take a look at this, you know, directly, get some details on that one, feel free to watch that video. I've covered so many of my variants, so many different odds and ends of my collection over the years. I shouldn't say years because I don't even think my YouTube channel is a year old yet. You know, I don't do this for views. I do this for more archiving purposes. For, you know, really heavy collectors that have a passion like I do. They want to find something really unique. I don't really care what the value is on a lot of these anymore. I'm past that. Like I said, I make good money now. It's like my collection value has no purpose to me. I don't really buy to sell. I sell duplicates if I get them, and it's more unintentional duplicates that I end up having. Sometimes I do trades and private sales. But like I said, it's like game stores anymore. I have all the common games that are going to be in a game store. I am so far past going to game stores anymore. A game store is not going to have anything I don't already have. My PS2 collection is almost fully complete, so thorough. I've even told some of my really high-end gaming buddies, collecting buddies, I mean. It's like, dude, eBay is getting so dry for me. I have 470 saved searches for PS2 just on eBay. I mean, I have multiple eBay accounts, which helps because you can only have 500 saved searches. How many people knew that? How many people have time to even figure that out? Well, people that run game stores and stuff, I'm sure, have many games saved searches on eBay. You know, waiting for rare things to get listed so they can snipe it and stuff. It's like, I rarely snipe things. I only snipe things that I don't have. And I'm worried that I can never get. If one gets listed and I miss out on it, well, I try to grab it. Kind of worried. I know there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm probably never going to get. There's a few things I'm missing that are already upwards of $2,000, and I'm just like, I'm not paying $2,000 for a Rolex. You might know what that is in the PlayStation world. Yes, there is a PlayStation 2 Rolex. Not really a Rolex. I could buy a Rolex for cheaper than what the item is worth. Here is the includes bonus disc for Billy and Mandy. I think I'm missing the manual. Oh no, I did complete it. Let me take a sip of my drink. Oh god, I'm not having the best month. I have literally been sick all of February. Don't know what it is. I probably need to go see the doctor. I've just felt like crap. I'm having this like mucus buildup, sinus infection. I don't know if it's like strep throat. I mean, my tonsils are inflamed. You can even hear. You could probably still hear my voice. I probably sound normal from the last months of videos. It's like I've been sounding just like this. Alrighty. So this is the bonus disc for The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. This was actually the hardest one at the time when I was going for all of the includes bonus disc PS2 games that actually have this specific banner. I actually covered that in a video. It's still to date my most popular video. Really enjoyed making that video. I was surprised how well it did. Oh, what I was saying about this one was kind of the hardest one to find in the wild. I feel like of any bonus disc, this one's probably the least plentiful. It's kind of getting upwards. It's not the most expensive, the stupid Ed, Edd n Eddy one with the bonus disc. For whatever reason, it was like $200 for the longest. It's like, why? This one's harder to find. It's not even close to being as plentiful. And this is maybe, what, 40 to 50? Oh, yeah, this is my longest video to date. Boy, this is going to be fun to upload. So, I mean, I hope you guys, you followed me probably for quite a while. I just have some odd passion for PS2 that I have just, I can't stop. I have considered also, collecting some of the PAL exclusives, some of the Japanese exclusives. But I just don't think I'm there yet. And I mean, I'm so far past. I kind of do, and I hope this doesn't come off as arrogant. I'm not intending it to sound arrogant. I feel like I have the most, how can I phrase this? Probably the most thorough NTSC PS2 collection in the world. I've not seen another any other collector for PS2 that's went public. I mean, yeah, you could have all the PAL games, right? All the Japanese games and the NTSC. But I mean, I've gone for a complete greatest hits library, as many Black Label variants as I can find, all the value third-party packs, it just goes on and on. I have every box set now. I actually finished one of the last needed box sets from a Canadian collector who is now selling off his PS2 collection, and he was humble enough to sell it to me. I mean, I paid a premium for it. Literally could not find that for ever. It's just not available. So the rarity's up there. I'm a little sad that he's selling. Because it's like, I do feel like, I think when he started collecting, I was about halfway done with the main Black Label library of PS2. And I feel like because of what I did, all the videos and posts I made on Facebook in one of our exclusive groups, that link will be in the description below if you want to join our Facebook group. Any video game collector is welcome. We buy, sell, and trade. And I kind of feel like I just got him stuck in that fad. It's like, it was never a fad for me. I love it. I don't know if I'm ever gonna stop collecting. There's so much for PS2. I don't even know if I can find them all, to be honest. Let's see, Canadian variant. And then here's what I was saying. They're a little bit on the big side. I think this is the box protector for the Japanese. Was it Neo Geo? Or was it N64? Anyhow, if you are really curious, leave a comment. I'll find it. I have, you know, old purchase history on eBay of which ones I used for the double packs and the trilogy packs. And then here's another one I covered, another sweepstakes variant, black label, sealed. That silly sticker was only on the freaking seals. So, yeah, I had to buy a $300 black label title, which is absolutely stupid because I think this is probably within the top 5 most common PS2 games ever made as far as like quantity. I think Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, if I don't... Was it San Andreas or was it Gran Turismo 4? I think it was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas that sold the most copies out of any PS2 game for the NTSC region. I might be wrong. It's been a few years since I've watched a video on, you know, the best-selling PS2 games. But I do recall, I mean, I know San Andreas was definitely up there. If it wasn't the very first, it had to have been top 5. Maybe top 3. I mean, what else would there be? Gran Turismo, definitely. Gran Turismo 3. I can't even think of a third one that would rival those two. You know, well, currently, I mean... I don't know how long I'm going to continue this video. Pretty much just doing the same thing. Unless you guys enjoy these kind of videos. You know, like I said, I've never made this kind of video before. I've never really talked. This is almost like a long vlog. Do people still do vlogs? Remember those about a decade ago. People always did vlogs on YouTube. I've never been the type to really talk too much. I'm more of a private person. I like my privacy. I'm kind of a quiet person. If you get to know me. You know, less I have a few drinks, then my ADHD kicks in. Man, does that look good? I really, really enjoy these box protectors. So much. Decoder sweepstakes. I covered this very recently, probably within the last week of making videos. One of my more recent videos, if you're watching this live or when this gets posted. Alrighty. And I mean, I guess I could show off the decoder. So this is, I have an open copy. Here's what the decoder looks like. These are actually very common to find. The only problem is, it's like you have to know about it to kind of find these. You shouldn't pay any more than what this cheap game is to find this on eBay. You should be able to get that for under 10 bucks. What else is there? Trying to see. I'm obviously trying to protect, you know, the most valuable ones on the shelf. This is probably what? I haven't checked. Last time I checked, this is probably a $35 game. It's probably like 50, 60 now. I wouldn't doubt it. And inflation's killing everyone. I'm feeling it. Alright, like I said, I have a good job. I'm very fortunate. I don't take things for granted anymore. It's really enjoyable. What else is there that you guys might want to hear about? Let's see. I'm kind of limited these days on what I can purchase. I mean, there's nothing getting listed on eBay anymore. If I get, like, besides the Canadian variants that I'm starting to go for, you know, those are going to be plentiful. Pretty expensive. Importing it is going to be half the entire cost. I definitely not racing to get those done. So those will come with time. I'm going to probably try to grab the ones that actually show different cover art. Alternative cover art than what we got from North America. Probably go for those first since they're the most fascinating. I did pick up some people, well, someone told me in a YouTube comment recently that there was a disc art variant, like a color variation. And it's like, man, of all the things I've focused on, I've never really had the time or resources yet to look at, you know, like the manuals, if there's any variants of the manuals, or disc. Like, I'm still focusing and still finding new, you know, Black Label cover art variants, greatest hits variants. Why is this thing giving me hell? Come on. And then, you know, so some of these, like I showed you, be careful with these. Do not get frustrated. This box protector is like $1. This game is like, what, 50 of that? Do not get frustrated if you can't get these in. Take your time. There we go. Got it in. See? Everything works out better if you're patient. Alrighty, where does this one go? I need to get like a box protector for these. One of the oddest pieces. There's 4 of these I have. 4 different games that came like this. Exclusive from Hallmark. Hallmark wrapped these specifically, I believe, for like a Christmas special. It's got a mail-in card. So you would basically wrap the game, you'd open it up, and this is like an envelope. You'd write, you know, who you want to send this to as a gift for a holiday, and you'd send it in. This took me so long to figure out because that UPC does not pull up anything. At least it didn't at the time. It might now, if you guys are, you know, snazzy and whatnot. See, this is what I was saying. It's got the very thin plastic on it. That's what I use on games that are between $50 to $100 typically. That's usually what I do, you know, of a game that's either odd enough, worthy of it, and then anything over $100, I'll, you know, put the hard acrylic on. But I have so many rare ones at this point, I'm kind of just buying the acrylic hard shells outright so I can put on a lot of these. And I don't even know if I've covered this. Luminous has a, if it'll show, that's an F at the end. It's French. Only Canada received a copy, or copies with slipcovers. In the US, we did not get it with a slipcover. So if you are into slipcovers, not a terribly hard or expensive one to find. Canadian exclusive slipcover for Luminous Plus. I'm going to probably do one more. This is the King of Fighters Ultimate Match 98. This is actually extremely hard to find because if you watch my video of includes bonus disc, I could have sworn this only was released with the bonus disc. It does not have that banner at the very bottom. I don't recall if I've covered this one or not, but yeah, this does not have a bonus disc in it. Probably the hardest one to find. I didn't even realize it was a variant until probably 6 months after I made that video. And if you want to find the video, it's the most popular, most viewed video on my channel. Alrighty, this is going to be the last one because we're almost 45 minutes in. By the time I'm done with this, it's probably going to be 50 minutes after edited. And my throat is actually starting to really kill me, so I don't want to keep coughing into your guys' ear. I feel like coughing right now. So give me 1 second. We'll probably head to bed after this video. Alrighty, let's get this last piece off. And as you can see, the more you do these, the easier they get. I do recommend washing your hands before touching, obviously, any of your expensive games. I keep my hands very clean. Always wash my hands right before I make a video because I don't want to I don't want to get any kind of grease or anything on these games. I try to replace the game cases if they've been damaged. Stickers. I don't even bother anymore using my heat gun or anything to try to get stickers off. If I can't peel them off cleanly, a heat gun, I think I made that in one of my early videos. One of the earliest videos I think I did, I showed how to get, pesky stickers off. I don't even recommend that anymore. Buy a dollar sports game. Because guess what? You're going to have almost all sports games are probably not going to be played very often. They're going to sit on the shelf, and they're going to be in immaculate condition. Like brand new. Try to get the ones, obviously, without the, NFL or football stickers on them. Those aren't actually terrible to get off, now that I'm thinking about it. If you can get them to peel off, they're a little tough in the beginning, but a little isopropyl alcohol will actually clean that aluminum kind of dust off of it. So, anyhow, I'm going to probably call this a video. This is the longest video by far I've ever done. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you're still here, you guys are Chads. Thank you again. Let me do a little round of applause before I start coughing to death. I don't even know why I'm making this video. I'm just over here dying. Alrighty, here's the last one. We're gonna put this away. Alrighty, everyone. So, I've been Finn Ravens. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.